Hi, this is Laurie Wallin from Living Power Life Coaching. I started a new series on these video blogs last week, and it's about raising your tough nut, which is about being able to parent a kid who really pushes us more than we expect and do it in a way that's gracious and that gives us the chance to live too, because hey, there's two of us in this situation. The next idea I want to talk to you about in terms of parenting a tough nut and doing it well is that we have to have the end in mind. That idea is talked about really well in the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And not a lot of people think of that in terms of being a parenting book, but it really is. It gives us a lot of really good ideas in terms of being strategic as a parent. And that's what having the end in mind is all about. We want to know where we're headed with our kids. Just as we wouldn't get in our car and turn it on and start driving for 3 hours at a time without any point or any directions of where we're going or even a place that we're headed, we don't do that as a parent either. Except we kind of do. I know I do it. I'll wake up in the morning and feel like life is just coming at me like Laura Numeroff's Give a Moose a Muffin or Give a Pig a Pancake series. But if we wake up in the morning and think, okay, here's where I'm headed with my kids. I want to see them become this, this, and this kind of person as they grow up. It changes the way we deal with them throughout the day. And it really changes the way we handle kids who push us farther than we would want to be pushed, who have that extra energy, that way more character, that way more need to have authority and to fight the rules and to check out the boundaries. Those kinds of kids who I would consider to be a tough nut. I have 3 of those kids and a toddler, so basically 4 right now. So we do this stuff all the time. For us, it's as simple as having a mission statement for our family or a phrase that we have put together that reflects the most important things we want to see built into our kids over time. And we both tell our kids that phrase and we call them out on negative behaviors, tough nut kinds of behaviors, based on what part of that they're not living right then, or what is not happening from that we want to be a part of them as they grow older. So for our kids, what we have as the end game for them and the goal for them is 3 parts. First of all, it deals with how they deal with authority. So we expect them to be respectful to the people who are in authority and to people around them. We expect them to take responsibility for themselves, which includes hygiene, cleaning up after themselves, taking responsibility for what they say and what they do. And then we expect them to be fun to be around people who are enjoyable, who manage their emotions, who aren't blamers, who are able to take responsibility for their feelings, who are pleasant, they share, those kinds of things. So we're talking about social stuff with that third component. So there's a respect component, a personal sense of responsibility, and a way of dealing with other people that is socially appropriate and beneficial. So if I have my 10-year-old look at me and roll her eyes, I can say, kiddo, that's not respectful. What do you need to do about that? If I have a 5-year-old who is constantly wasting food, she'll say, hey, can I have lots and lots of potatoes on my plate? And then she throws it out. That's not responsible. Not responsible in this planet as someone who lives here. So no, that's not something that we can continue to let happen. What if I have my toddler, whining and whining and whining and whining about something? Honey, that is not fun to be around, is what she's going to hear. Mommy is getting tired. My ears are so tired. I need a nap. And so she will have to go into her room while mommy takes a nap because it's not very fun to listen to whining. So we manage the tough nut behaviors in terms of who are you expected to be as you grow older in this family, in the world around us. And having that end in mind lets us pick our battles. So I encourage you, write down, what is it that you want your kids to be? Make it succinct, no longer than, 10, 12 words in a sentence, basically, and have that around and hone it over time because there may be pieces that are missed at first when you think about it. But write it down. Consider what are those major things that you want your tough nut to be able to do as they are older and as they're interacting with friends and people in authority. And design your discipline, choose your battles around that end goal. It will make space for you to be strategic and to feel like you're not at the mercy of those behavior challenges, those power struggles anymore, because you're the one who's designing where are we headed? because you're the one who knows. You are the parent. Be confident in your role with them. Thanks for joining me. I'm excited to continue this series on raising a tough nut. Next week, we're going to be talking about how to rename behaviors so that we can think of them in more positive ways and our kids can start to think of themselves that way too. Thanks so much. We'll see you then.